Take two. Inviting Lee Jimenez in here. Hopefully. Hey, Billy Cowell here. Good afternoon. I am doing episode 3 today of interviewing fitness pros, doing my podcast for Fit Pro Life. There we go. That worked. I don't know what was different. Too much for Facebook, that's for sure. I've been blowing this up. My phone is like sweating through the case. Each week, not only do I want to inspire you with these posts, but I want you to...
What's up?
Yes.
Are we on? Are we not on? We're on.
You're on, brother.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
I am jazzed. Oh, you're frozen. Is the video frozen?
Mine is on a delay, so.
Is Lee frozen?
Not yet.
You can see him?
Now it's frozen.
But you can see me?
I can see
Lee, what happened?
you.
All right, I lost Lee. Hopefully I'll get him back. In the meantime, I just want to tell you,
All right. Now we should be good.
legend.
What's up?
Dude, you must be so busy right now. I can only imagine what it's like to just pick up and move to Florida.
Listen, let me tell you, it's all about going and finding a better quality of life, regardless of, where it is that you got to be, where you got to go. While we're live here, I'm trying to go live on my Insta so that everybody can see what's going on.
Boom.
Boom, right?
I don't mind sharing your eyes. I guess I understand. Well, listen, while you're pumping that out, I want to just illustrate this is my Fit Pro Life podcast, video, live. The idea here is to boost fitness professionals' impact, expand our outreach, and ultimately boost up and explode our income, our success. And I've been interviewing just some of people who just inspire me. People have touched me, and people are just crushing it in their space in effort to inspire others. So here I got someone, an amazing someone that, let's see, what do I got here? He's certified personal training group fitness. He's a Schwinn instructor. He's a kettlebell instructor. He does boot camps. There's no, you can search online and find almost naked pictures of him. I encourage that. You can go on his website and see him in his underwear, modeling for Max Weldon. Oh my goodness. Some good videos with Daily Burn, with Max Trainer, with Equinox, some articles out there on themanual.com, some fitness tips on Mind Body Green, and I even found something on controlmag.com, but probably...
Oh, you went deep into the archive.
Wait a second. Right. And he's a vegan. Are you still a vegan?
I am still a vegan, 3 years strong.
3 years strong, all right? We're going to bring him back on to do another interview when he gives that up, because everybody goes that way at one point and everyone comes back. But probably his biggest accomplishment was in 2010, he would have a hard time fitting in the frame because he was 255 pounds, which is how this all got started. It's how it all got started when he realized that he could get himself out of that, body that wasn't serving him. He could help others do the same. Did I miss anything?
That's right. You hit it. You hit it right on the nose.
There's no way. There's probably a list of other things. So listen, I'm very grateful to have you on here. I don't know if you've seen some of the other interviews I've done, but it's just been absolute nuggets. I know that nobody in the world has time to go through all these videos, but the way that I've been able to bless myself and the people I've interviewed and anyone who's pulled out some information out of those interviews, I mean, $1 million ideas when you get somebody on a video like this.
I'm happy to go on, and I saw a couple of the interviews that you have on Fit Pro Lifestyle, and I'm happy to go and be here and chat about my story and to go and help other people.
I want to get the secret sauce
Secret
from
sauce.
your world. The secret sauce from your world. So first off, tell me how you started in fitness for real. You tell me.
All right, so for real, I come from having a marketing background. I used to be with a really well-known beauty brand, and I did events and marketing, and I was there with them for about pretty much 6-7 years. And at that time, I was a member at Equinox, you know, working on my own fitness journey and all that good type of stuff. And towards the end of my time with that company that I was with, I just found more enjoyment and more being my authentic self in working out. And it got to a point where I would get to the gym at 6 a.m., leave like at 9, get late to my, 9 to 5 job. Instead of having a lunch break, I would go and take another class during lunch. And instead of working till 6 or 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I just would go and say, forget that, and go to the gym and take another class. I took some time off from working, and I was literally like in the gym, like would get there when it opened, would leave when it closed. And I made, great friends, met incredible people in the industry that are in group fitness who eventually ended up mentoring me. People like John Cianca, Greg Cook, I know you had him on there, Rachel Bazzarelli, Amanda Young, incredible fitness rock stars in this industry that literally were just like, hey, we love what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you get into group fitness? So I did. I got certified in Group X, cycling, and I ended up working at a brand called New York Health and Racket that I know you're familiar with. At this time, I was still a member at Equinox. I was still working out, doing my thing, blah, 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 and building my own brand, Body Battle Fitness. And, again, one of my fitness mentors was just like, we love what you're doing. You're out there, you're inspiring people, but you need to come here to Equinox to do it. So needless to say, I went through the audition process and all of that, and I came on at Equinox. And, most people who are in group fitness, you start and you maybe like sub, you teach a few classes, da-da-da. I came off the gate with like 20 plus classes. And that kind of just like catapulted everything else into who I was going to be as a fitness professional. Because I have that marketing background, I always look at things as a product, a brand, something that people can get emotionally connected to. So I started Body Battle Fitness, and it's all based on, what is it that your challenge is? What is it that you run away from every single time? And how can I provide the service to you to break those barriers and kind of create new limits for yourself? Because there's so much capabilities that we have that you just need someone to motivate you, to inspire you to kind of get there in the nitty gritty. Like you mentioned, I was 255 pounds, so I know what it's like to not run your first mile. I know what it's like to not, lose those 5 pounds you're trying to go and lose. So when people work with me, it's coming from an authentic place where I've been there, and I can share in your struggle, in your journey, and to help you to get to the next step.
Wow. Body Battle Fitness is such a great idea. That's one of the reasons why I have you on here, because there's other fitness pros that I'm going to bring in that are scared to create their own brand, that don't really know how to do it. And when they come on 4 months from now, who knows where you'll have taken this. You're
Exactly.
bringing that with you when you disappear, aren't you?
There's no disappearing. There's no disappearing. New York has
No,
been
I don't see you now. I had to do it.
Take Ignite.
I had to do an interview. I created this whole Facebook community just so I could interview you before you leave.
We're busy. We're busy.
Well, you know what? I encourage you to continue to use this community, connect with other fitness pros, but as well as us keeping connected. Unless I were to come to one of your classes, I might not be able to see you. Who knows until how when.
And I think it's incredible what you're doing, because it is true. There's so many of us that we even work for the same companies, or we teach classes back to back, and it's like a high, a wave, da-da-da, because we're so engrossed in, of course, helping others and doing the classes that we need to do, and our one-on-ones and so on and so forth, that like the fitness community itself, like fitness pros trying to go and come together, even to have like a cup of coffee, is like such a huge challenge. So I love this.
I totally get it. I know how that challenge is. So when did you do the marketing thing?
So I worked for Estee Lauder, and I was with them from 2009 or 10 until end of like 2015.
Awesome. And now that gives you a huge edge when it comes to marketing your fitness business.
Of course.
Huge. How could you give, what kind of advice could you give someone, let's say a fitness professional that has more fitness experience than you,
Yep.
but doesn't have that marketing experience? How could you encourage them to market themselves?
Well, one, you got to really know what your voice is, right? So there's so much in the fitness industry right now, right? And how is it that you kind of break through all the noise and really make your voice be heard, you know? So again, I had to really go and identify, you know, who is Lee Jimenez, what is Body Battle Fitness, and how can I connect with people who are unfamiliar? You know what I'm saying? You're going to have people who already have their dedicated fitness brands or routines that they're attached to, so they're already afraid to try something different and new. You have individuals who've never done anything with fitness before, so you're potentially their first experience, and how can it be something that they can connect to and really make it theirs. So that's like the first thing is, what is your voice? And then the second thing is stay consistent with that message. You know, you can't one week be all about one thing or one type of programming or whatever, and then you just like switch it up, because then that builds inconsistency, and also it builds distrust from your following in your community. And then the third thing that I would go and say that you really need is listen to that voice that you have inside. You know, you're gonna hit a lot of bumps and bruises. You're gonna, you know, feel really successful one week and not so successful the next week, and you just got to keep on pushing through, you know, with that brand message, you know, with that image you're trying to go and put out there, because over time it's gonna be what it is because of what you built and the consistency you stayed in there. So that's like the 3 steps that I can say to go and start as far as branding and marketing yourself. Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking about. These are $1 million nuggets. Like, imagine what kind of motion someone would be set up in if they had 10 years of fitness experience, but they didn't really do much anything else. Personal training, Group X, 10 years, boom,
Yeah.
2009 to 2019. And then they just applied what you just said for 2 years more. They could catapult their business to a whole nother height. But they were leaving that out for 10 full years.
I agree.
That was me for 10 years, which I had ran into you, and you had kicked me in the face and said, here, do some marketing.
And there's all these tools now, right? You know, there's social media, there's opportunities to cross promote with other trainers, with other brands. You know, there's all this stuff that's out there at our fingertips. I mean, literally, I'm in my apartment, you're in your place, blah, blah, and we're able to go and communicate with each other and put this cross-promotional, you know, experience or conversation that's out there. But it's all about people taking the time and doing it. You know, someone who has been in the industry for 10 years, 12 years, blah, 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 these tools weren't there. And it's all about, you know, getting with the times and putting yourself out there. That's it.
So what projects do you have going on right now besides your current fitness gig, your full-time job?
So, I mean, Body Battle's growing. One of the biggest things that's happening is that, you know, Body Battle is leaving New York and going to Miami. So Miami, Florida will go and be my brand new home as of the 30th. Body Battle will still go and continue to be available via digital, you know, streams and all that good type of stuff. Still working one-on-one with clients. Something that I really did in this last year to improve myself as a fitness professional. And for me, you know, I'm very big on functional training. So strength conditioning and, you know, having those cardio elements, but especially going and having restorative and regenerative work happening. So I got certified in yoga last year. You know, I have 250 hours underneath my belt in my cert, and I'm really going to attack teaching and entering the yoga world in a really big way in May in Miami. So that's something that people can go and see and experience very soon. You know, it took a year of learning and having my yoga voice and really, again, understanding what it is that I'm going to put out there when it comes to teaching yoga and my yoga community versus all the hit stuff that I do. You know, I can't teach my jump rope ignite class the same way that I would go and teach one of my yoga flows. So I think that's a big thing that people can go and look forward to coming soon.
Wow. Now we don't get that in New York. We don't get your yoga here. We don't
You
get it.
know, we'll see what goes and happens. There's lots of changes, lots of things that are going to happen. New York will still go and see me as far as like workshops and all those types of projects. But you know, I'm going to go and lay some roots down and you know, create the same community that I created here in New York down in Miami. And you know, if you guys are ever in Miami, come check me out.
Gladly, hopefully. Maybe not in June, July, August when you're planning to go there. But when it gets miserable here, although we're following the same path, we're moving on to a bigger and better adventure in the next couple months as well.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting. So let's see. Give a mentor. Tell me about who you mentor.
Who I mentor, who mentors me, talk to me.
Who do you mentor? Who do you look to for, you know, guidance? That's
so,
a
I
reach.
mean, I mentioned a couple people. You know, I always go back to John Cianca. You know, he's a very good friend of mine. We went through our yoga training together. But way before that, as I mentioned, I was just a member at Equinox. And when I took his stats class at Highline at Equinox, it kind of was like the stepping stones for a lot of other things. And you know that in this industry, you hear a lot of voices, you know, people who will go and say, yeah, go for it, blah, blah, blah. Or there'll be some individuals who will be like, you know what, you should really like try that somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself another year or two before you try to step it up with the big dogs. You know, I remember that when I was trying to go and transition from my corporate life into fitness, John was definitely one of those people who was very supportive. He took time out of, you know, his busy schedule to kind of work with me, and really, you know, was that fire that I needed to take the jump from my corporate life and into fitness. Someone else that I always like to put out there is, you know, Lisa Wheeler. You know, if you're in fitness, you definitely know who Lisa Wheeler is. You know, she is a fitness titan. She's been in the game, you know, forever and is still very relevant to this day. You know, she's my connections with Daily Burn 365, as well as some work that I've done with Bowflex and all that good type of stuff. So she is still very active in my growth as a fitness professional, even with some of the amazing things that are about to happen in Miami for me, are all, you know, thanks to Lisa Wheeler. So those are two really big people that helped me out.
If you see anybody in my community that can help you, you know, I ask in every interview, are you open to mentoring others? You just reach out to them. All right, that's why I'm building this to help people like you. I just don't have anybody in Miami yet.
Well,
I don't have anybody. I might have to do something for you.
I'm all about that. You know, there's always people who are trying to go and transition into fitness, whether it's someone who takes your class or, you know, somebody that just kind of like sees you in passing. I definitely have had some people reach out to me. I've helped some people with their like auditions to get into group fitness. There's a few trainer friends of ours who are trying to go from the PT side of working one-on-one and into the group side of the business. And, you know, when we're successful in our classes, of course, people want to say, they want to know, you know, what is it that it takes to go from working one-on-one to working with 40 to 60 people within a 45-minute span. So there's definitely nuggets and information. And I always say to anyone, come take a class. You know, that's like the first thing. Come take a class and probably come and take it more than once. You know, one time let your body go and absorb it. Maybe another time just observe and let your mind, you know, absorb it. And then, you know, see what pieces of the class that you've taken really resonates with you for you to be able to duplicate it or put your own spin on it so that you're teaching authentically from your own voice.
Wow. It's good. Man, we're going to miss you. I mean, I have to just interject. I have to interject that, you know, when we were doing CMP and you engaged about the gift for Rachel, I was just like, man, I should be that person. And I'm so grateful that he took this initiative. Because it just means so much when you, first off, bring people together, Second off, give, and then show gratitude to someone else. And you did all that in a real easy, just an email. What did we chip in? $5?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that it's such a simple, easy thing, but it was tremendous. Like just you doing that is like put you in a special place forever. And literally, like I just said, it was $5.
Yeah.
That was super cool. And yeah, that's why I said we're gonna miss you. And I'm really inspired by what you're saying about John Cianca. I might just have to go jump in one of his classes. It's been
Absolutely.
a while since we've connected.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for someone who's like the real deal in fitness, and not just doing it for the kicks, as you know, there are things that are out there right now. Yeah, his yoga class is awesome. All of his classes are great. And again, teaching from an authentic place. I can't say that enough.
So do you have, oh, I mean, I saw your website, but are you doing blogging and email marketing?
I do. So I had somebody who has helped me a lot with as far as the social media stuff, and of course, when you first take it on, it's a lot. It's a lot between teaching 30 plus classes and managing 16 clients and blah blah. You got to sometimes bring on a team to help you out. And there's hits and there's misses. You know what I'm saying? So there's some months where you're really really on it, and then there's others that not so much. I basically, as far as my strategy is that there's, an email that goes like once a month or twice a month that goes and gives updates on classes, special events that I'm doing, appearances. I have merchandise. So if there's, new merchandise or whatever, people who are on my mailing list go and receive that information. And then of course, posting regularly on Facebook and Insta, whatever's going on, or whatever I feel that people need to go and see out there, especially in New York, where we're a city where we have about 6 to 7 months of winter, and the rest where we're trying to get ourselves
Right.
back into gear, with our exercise routine and all that type of stuff. So making sure that those tidbits of motivation is out there, and letting people know what it is that I'm doing, you struggle, I struggle too. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all that, oh, these just fit all the time and blah blah blah. It's like, no, I'm putting in the work with diet, with being vegan, with staying consistent on my workouts.
That's not true. You're not real. All fitness pros aren't real. We don't need to think about nutrition or exercise.
Yeah, right.
That's what they think. They think.
I
Oh
hear
my
it all the
goodness.
time. I hear it all the time. The number one thing I hear is, Lee, you work out all day. And I'm like, what? They're like, you teach classes all day, so you work out all day. I'm like, when have you seen me sweat in class the way that you sweat? So come on now, And if I am sweating the way that you're sweating, there's a problem,
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's real, I train marathon runners, and I'm a marathon runner. And, the times that I'm in training for those races, things change from my diet to sleep to even the workouts that I do. It's less strength focused, and more on endurance and getting my VO2 up and all that type of stuff to prepare for race day. And then when I'm not in race mode, then the workouts change again, and it's into mobility and lifting and conditioning and all that type of stuff. So there's ebbs and flows in my own workout routines.
So my community really is focused on helping fitness professionals become entrepreneurs and discover and explore alternative sources of income.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on this?
So I think that we have to get really creative. The idea of teaching, a million classes, having tons of clients, and really just taxing your body is really a thing of the past. So again, like I mentioned, my business is going to be changing into a little bit more digital, a little bit more streaming, and definitely going and taking advantage of the technology that we have, so that we can go and reach a broader audience, right? Whatever it is that you go and you do with that is to be really smart. There's a lot of fitness professionals out there that have partnered, with brands, whatever they may be, whether they are apparel brands or supplements or whatever. And the only thing that I say with that is with partnering and endorsements is, again, making sure that who you're partnering with is still consistent to that voice that your audience has grown to know and love and all that type of stuff. Me being vegan, I'm never going to go and connect with a non-vegan brand. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah, because I started this, a couple years back when I was that trainer who hustled, 8 to 10 hours every single day. And it was a blessing when someone had brought something new into my world and just shoveled it into my face and said, you're never going to be able to break the rat race unless you add some kind of parallel symbiotic flow into your life.
Yeah. It's finding a way that you can connect and work with people even when you're sleeping, right? Even when you're sleeping, for your message, for whatever it is that you are working on to still impact other people. So whether that's that you've made a library of video content that people can go and access, or a library of workout content, or whatever. It's just having something that even when you're sleeping, your presence, your product can still touch your audience.
So do you have a book or a learning material that you would recommend?
Gosh, I don't really know as far as like for marketing or for, what do you mean, building your business?
What are you reading right now?
Oh gosh. Do you really want to know what I'm reading right now?
Yeah, I do. Oh, totally.
I mean, I'm always so, like, because I'm getting so much into my yoga life that's about to go and happen. I'm definitely going into a lot of yoga sutras and really going and digging deeper into the philosophy of yoga, so that when I do have that strong yoga community who's been in it for 20 plus years, blah, 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 that I can still go and offer them something beyond just the poses and movement and blah, blah, blah. Yoga is going to be is a combination of the internal and the external, right? The internal, all the stuff that you have going on, whatever that may be. And the external is what we're physically doing and how we can go and yoke those things together. So I'm making sure that, again, I'm giving an authentic experience, an authentic voice, and not just doing something that I saw, right? So that's what I'm doing.
I'm waiting for you to write one of those books. And I will not be surprised.
Again, there are things that are happening out there that, they got to be announced in little nuggets.
Well, when you move to Miami and you understand that New Yorkers really do grind like just crazy grind, like not even purposeful. It's just grinding. Like if you have extra time, it has to be grinded away. When you move to Miami, we're going to see in your social media that you're not on that grind anymore. You're going to have room in your life to bring in new and cool and creative things. I really look forward to that.
Yeah, I think
I'm sure you look forward to it more than I do.
That's definitely the thing about New York. I mean, we are constantly grinding. We're constantly, if there's a second, we're constantly working. I go from client to class, back to client. I come back home, I write programs, there's even times that I'm working out and I got to take a second to answer an email or write somebody's whatever on the slide and then going back to my workout. But that's definitely New York. Part of the reason why I'm moving. So
yeah, hey, it's encouraging. It really is. Listen, if I work on my deltoids, can I get a tank top like that?
Come on, Billy.
They're not what they used to be.
Listen, you know that you got it. We can go and do a workout before I leave, all right? We can do a workout before I leave.
If this interview inspires the right person and they want to get a hold of you, A, how do they get a hold of you? And B, what would be something that you would partner with somebody on?
So I can be found through my website at bodybattlefitness.com. You can email me at any time at info@bodybattlefitness.com. DM me, Insta. I respond, guys. So if anybody wants to work together and collaborate on something, I'm totally down for it. You know, something I would love to go and work with someone on is definitely like an 8, you know, to 10 week program, you know, whatever that may be. You know, their specialty and my specialty, and yoking them together to really go and build a strong 8 to 10 week program that some individuals can get into. So that's something that I'm looking for. If anybody's down to commit to something like that, again, info@bodybattlefitness.com, and let's make this happen.
See, I really do inspire to interview as many people as I can. There's so many great people in our network, in our spheres of influence, and I asked that question because I do want to find that person for you, or I want that person to find you through this interview, and that would mean that this is a huge win, right? I mean, you move away, you're in Florida 5 months from now, and I connect you with someone, and that would just be tremendous. The idea is that if the water in the harbor goes up, all the boats rise, right?
Hey, I like that one. No, definitely. I mean, our community is about that. It's that big, guys. It's that big, you know? And if we come together, I mean, it's just, there's nothing that we can't go and do, you know? So, holler at me.
Do you have any final notes? Anything that we may have missed?
Yeah, so I mean, for the fit pros that are out there, again, I've been talking a lot about authenticity and all of that. And it's really important that we're doing what is right for, you know, our members, our participants, or whatever, you know. There's something to be said for being an instructor and teaching classes and all that type of stuff, which is great. But think about that member who's taking your class, or whether it's the first time or their 20th time, you know, 5 years from now, do you want to be remembered as the instructor whose class I took, blah, blah, blah? Or do you want to be remembered as, you know, Billy taught me how to do this. And because Billy taught me how to do this 5 years ago, I know how to do this the right way. That's my number one thing that I want to put out there to everyone, whether you're doing PT, whether you're teaching classes, is, you know, really work to educate people and to give them tools to just be better, be strong, be capable, and let's not just do the things that are popular. You know, I know that there's a lot of pressure for us to stay up with the Insta-Fit famous people that are out there, and that's great, whatever, you know, if it works for them. But I think that we need to really be in the service of helping people in health, in wellness, from an authentic standpoint, so that when people look back at what they did with us, that it was a learning experience and not just something that they were moving through the motions or was popular for that time. That's it.
Awesome. Man, I don't want to let you go. If I can't come to your going away party, you know, I got to come to Miami to find you.
Come to Miami, or, you know, like I said, you got till April 29th. April 29th is my last and final class here in New York. So let's see what
and
we
when
can do.
Are you moving then, May 1st?
I'm moving the 30th.
Of April. So, yeah, the end of April.
Very next day.
Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. Well, yeah, like I said, I don't have anything more. I just keep you on here for a couple minutes. You gotta go. Are you working this evening?
I am done for today, so it's a me day for the rest of the day. Oh yeah. Tomorrow's a long day. It starts at 5 a.m. It doesn't end until 10 o'clock. So, gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah, I've talked to some people who had the idea to do, like Melissa Moran. She works 3 days or maybe 3 days a week, and she pounds them in. And then someone like me, I work, you know, throughout the week, but I only work in the morning. Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, maybe I should just pound them all in one day. But
yeah,
it keeps your butt a little bit.
I'm considering that for my Miami life is, you know, 4 days on and 3 days off. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
3 days on the beach.
3 days on the beach.
Super, super cool. I'm super grateful that you're able to do that you're making that change. You know, like take that adventure and do that new thing in your life, and you're gonna look back and say that was one of the great decisions I made. You know, it's not moving away from New York, but it's moving to Miami.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm super grateful for you. If I can do anything for you in any shape or form, you let me know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, and let's connect.
Awesome. Have a good day, man.
All right. You too. Bye.